Hello, my name is Brian Forsyth, and I'd like to talk to you today about expectations. About setting expectations, about meeting expectations, and not meeting expectations. Let's be honest, the year has passed, it's getting to be December, Christmas, everyone's happy and loving, and wait a minute, no they're not. There are a lot of people who are unhappy and they're fighting traffic and they're worried about not being able to get the perfect gift.
Just not a very happy time.
They'd really like to just go to the mall, buy the $5.70, whatever it is for, little Joey, and then head back to the house and fix their favorite food and collapse on the couch with maybe like a coffee or something.
But instead, they have to fight traffic for 20 minutes just to get to the mall.
And that's just one mall. All the malls right now are packed, and they're full of people that are trying to get little Joey's gift and just leave. That creates expectations, and that creates stress. So what I'd like to say is manage your expectations during this time. Don't expect that you're going to be able to go from one place to the other. I gotta tell you, I was kind of shocked. I don't go to the mall that often, but stepping outside my door, driving down the street, and seeing this huge long line of traffic, I wasn't even going to the mall, and it upset me. So I encourage you to be reasonable in your expectations, and more importantly, going forward, looking ahead to this awesome year that 2016 is going to be, I again encourage you to set realistic expectations. On January the 1st, it seems like everyone the world over is going to set numerous goals and dreams, and we call those New Year's resolutions. And of course, what happens? They don't get met. There's a problem with that. When you set expectations and goals, there's a little circuit inside your brain that says, okay, and then when you don't work towards that, your brain doesn't understand. And so that creates a bunch of stress in your brain, and it takes brain resources. And the reality is that by March, you've forgotten all those things, but your brain hasn't. Until you either make a decision to continue doing them or decide that you're going to put them off until later in the year to where they're more realistic. Unfortunately, unbeknownst to you, your brain is going to keep track of that stuff. And that will create problems for you as you try to be creative and successful going forward. So set realistic expectations. Don't try to lose 37 pounds in 3 weeks. It's probably not going to happen. While Jared did lose 160 pounds at Subway, he ended up I think he's in jail now. But anyway, the point is not to set these unrealistic expectations. If you need to lose 30 pounds, maybe you should start out with I'm going to lose 10 pounds in 2 months. Unless it's mortally necessary, just go for 10 pounds. If you do 10 pounds in 2 months, or if you do 10 pounds in a month, then obviously you maybe can step it up. But just be realistic and write that stuff down. Depending on who you read, there is a lot of people who say that, writing things down is a kind of magic. Whether you believe in magic or not, I encourage you to write it down. That way, you'll remember it. Put it where you can see it every day. And that will go a long way towards helping you remember the focus and the drive that you had when you created this expectation, this goal, this dream. And make sure that you either say, okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to cut that in little pieces and move forward slower than I expected. Whatever. Just set your expectations reasonably And here's to a fantastic 2016, successful, healthy, wonderful. And at the end of the year, let's all have a really amazing time looking back at the year that 2016 was.